Hey there, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Mike, fixes something. Today I'm fixing another Suicide Squad character. Today it is Captain Boomerang. Now, Captain Boomerang has gone through a number of iterations through the comics and through video games and whatnot, and I'll be completely honest with you, I have hated every single one. Whether it's the weird pajamas he wore in his original incarnation, or the random trench coats and whatnot. I mean, I get his origin story and actually his various origin stories, and they're trying to play into that, but it's just, none of them have ever appealed to me, and so I'm going to do something completely different, kind of keeping in mind that this guy is a boomerang master. He is a weapons master. He can throw other things in boomerangs, but using the boomerangs as the motif of the character design, I thought was the most important thing to do, and so here we go. I'm not completely concerned about what they did in the video game, even though, it was just another play on the same basic character stuff they've been doing in the comics for the past, couple decades or whatnot. Just very boring street level is supposed to be interesting or whatever, but these are comic books, and just having some guy walking around in a scarf and a trench coat and a beanie with a little boomerang on it. I mean, this is comic books. We're supposed to be doing stuff that's fantastical and fun and interesting to look at. So I kind of went a little bit Super Sentai here, because I love the idea of, instead of just making the boomerangs, his tools, how about making them his character motif? And because this is comics and you don't have to stick completely by reality, how about if every part of his costume is a weapon, is a boomerang? And on top of that, he's using giant boomerangs as like swords, so he can develop like sort of sword play, which makes him a more interesting character to play with, because he's not just a character that, fights long distance or has, I've seen, videos in the movies and whatnot where he's fighting with like these short little boomerangs, but at that point he's just kind of fighting with knives, right? But what if you give him big boomerangs? I mean, in the comics, they gave him giant boomerangs that you could strap the Flash to and send off into outer space, which obviously seems a little ridiculous, but designing like blades that become boomerangs or that are shaped like boomerangs so that he can fight with them like swords, and then at the same time he can huck these suckers. And then what you want to do is, remember in Road Warrior, the little boomerang kid, he's got the razor boomerang, but he's got that glove that allows him to catch it. It's like a chainmail glove. Well, yeah, his gloves would have to also be armored in the gripping area, so he can chuck these giant freaking bladed boomerangs and like catch them however he needs to catch them, even on the bladed edge. And all of his boomerangs should have bladed. These are weapons, right? These are killing weapons. He's a villain. He's not a nice guy. He's actually a psychopath. So the origin of how it is he manages to have all these high-tech boomerangs that would like snap into a rigid shape so that he could throw them and utilize them as weapons, I don't know, but this is a character where he had literally trick boomerangs. Oh, you know what? He worked for a boomerang. He worked for a toy company, at least in one of his original incarnation. Maybe all of them, I don't know. His family owns a toy company, and that's how he starts using the boomerangs and getting access to the boomerangs. I would assume that's how he got access to the trick boomerangs, and I would assume that's how he would have access to having boomerangs that are like snap into rigidness type of thing, like flick a switch, snap them, whatever. They contour to the body and are flexible until you need them to be rigid, and then you rip them off your body and you snap them into place, and you've got another weapon. Because that's kind of the thing in all the Captain Boomerang versions. How's he gonna have? I mean, does he just have a couple boomerangs and they always come back? No, because boomerangs are going to get... If you're using a boomerang to kill somebody at a distance, it's not going to come back after it kills that person at a distance. It's going to be stuck in that person at a distance. So if you have a character that utilizes boomerangs as deadly weapons, he's going to need a lot of boomerangs. And I think I'm accomplishing that. I didn't even count how many I slapped on this guy. He's got Two on his leg. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 21, 24. And then if you count his blades, 25, 26. So the double deadly, he could put those boomer. Oh man, I should have drawn them so that they're like mounted on his back, like those double blades. Dude, that would have given him such a killer profile or a silhouette. I didn't even think about that. I thought the boomerang on the head gave him a cool enough silhouette that it'd be recognizable. But man, imagine like having those boomerangs also not lodged, but locked onto his back. Dude, okay, I totally screwed up not doing that. But I wanted to have him holding them, wielding them like, like come and get me. I always liked dual wield sword characters. Ever since I was a little kid, I used to have little D&D figures. And my favorite one was this little guy who, I mean, he wasn't that little. He was like 2-3 inches tall, maybe 3 inches tall. And he was a dual wielding D&D. I don't even remember anything else about him except for the fact that he was a dual wielder, and it was rad. Middle school stuff. I am. So yeah, I put boomer swords, sworderangs, bladerangs. Hey, there you go. Trademark, copyright, Mike S. Miller, 2024. These bladerangs, with the grips on them, it reminds me kind of Worf's weapon. What is that thing called? Right, where it's got the grips, but it's like the big curved, like an Auroch from Game of Thrones or something. But it reminded me of that, where you can grip through the blade. So it'll have these grips, and then you can develop a fighting style that uses both the top long end of the sword and the back shorter end of the sword as sort of a back blade. Like when you're knife fighting, you want to hold the knife, if it's a short blade knife, you want to hold it not thumb side up, but like from the bottom side of your hand, so that when you're fighting, you can punch, slice, and then you can backstab. Sorry, I hit my microphone. And then you can backstab, so you have multiple angles of attack, right? So with these swords, you could do that. You could swing in with the big side and then backstab with the sword coming back. And then if you miss that, you can swing again. Oh, man. This is actually a cool weapon. It'd be fun to actually build out. And hey, Shadiversity, if you're watching, how about building a bladerang? Copyright, trademark, Mike Miller, 2024. So anyways, this character is so far afield from from any of the Captain Boomerangs in DC Comics. I might actually steal him for myself for the Blacklist universe at some time in the future. There can't just be one Boomerang character in all of comics, right? So how about another one? What's a good name for my version of this character who is not Captain Boomerang anymore? But for the sake of this video, where I am redesigning Captain Boomerang, let's just call it what it is. It's Captain Boomerang right now. Right now, it's Captain Boomerang. If you got a good idea for a name for this character in the Blacklist universe, then let me know in the comments section below. Oh, also, yeah. Hey, please do subscribe if you have not subscribed already. I know I haven't been doing a ton of these videos lately because I got to pay for my daughter's wedding coming up in a month. And I've been doing a bunch of work on the side to try to make up for the cost of that. So I haven't been putting the time into the YouTube videos because, frankly, these things don't pay me very much. It's really just pennies. It's a few bucks per video. So I'm doing this for fun, to build my channel and to build community up. So if you're here and you watch these and you enjoy them, please do subscribe. So if I'm gone for a minute and I don't do these regularly, then when I'm getting back to doing them regularly, you will be notified once again that I've got new videos coming out. So again, yes, please hit that subscribe button and hit all notifications. And hopefully I will be able to get to these more regularly, probably next month. And then we'll do a big push for December and try to get up to 12,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be fun. I'm coming right up on 11,000 now. So If I can get to 12,000 by the end of the year, that would be a wonderful Christmas present for me and the community. And again, please do join us on Wednesday evenings for Drawn and Quartered. That's a weekly live stream I do with me and some of my other artist friends. We get together and we draw content like this, except for in normal speed, not fast forward. Okay, hey, wow, this is the first video I think I haven't gone through the tint, tone, hue thing with the coloring, but if you want to know how I'm getting these color and design elements and whatnot, go ahead and watch any of my other videos, and I discuss the tint, tone, hue, layering, and coloring, and all of that stuff. And obviously, he's got a lot of hard edges on him and hard boomerangs, and so lots and lots of shiny, shiny bling bling all over the body. He almost looks like a knight. He looks like a Super Sentai knight of the Boomerang League. Yeah, and then I also sort of gave him like body armor too, because he's got a lot of blades on him. And the thing about when you're carrying a lot of blades is blades can actually hurt you if you accidentally stab yourself. So underneath his moldable blades or his flexible blades, however you want to phrase them, he has body armor to protect him from getting harmed from this stuff. And that's part of the reason why I put him in the full helmet too. And, instead of the one thing I didn't do to Super Sentai this guy is like put him in the full face mask. I wanted to still have that sort of, I don't know if smarmy is the right terminology, but Captain Boomerang is a psychopath, sociopath, maybe both. And so I wanted to be able to have that kind of playful expression and whatnot you get with the character. And you can't do that when he's wearing a full face mask. So I did leave his nose and mouth so you can get that part of the expression, even though the rest of him is nicely armored up to protect him. I did a basic two-tone plus, because I wanted all the boomerangs to be metal. I didn't want them all painted up weird colors, so I left that gray. Gives that neutral base, and then the two color tones I can play around with and switch around. Let me know what your favorite is once I get the different colors up and running. But here I'm kind of putting the final touches on the areas where I want to bring the secondary color all the way around, and then in a moment here we will get to seeing. And then I threw in, just a random background. I'll be honest with you, the background on this wasn't that great, but I don't want to spend all day doing a background. This is just for a video on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So here I threw some background colors, or some background textures, clouds and whatnot, and tried to bring in a little secondary color into the shade and into the clouds. And then I'm going to go through here and show you a few different color variations. Before we jump into that, allow me 30 seconds to introduce myself. My name is Mike S. Miller, 32-year professional comic book creator, video game concept artist, writer, blah, blah, blah. I'm the creator of multiple intellectual properties, including Imaginaries, Deal with the Devil, Six Gun Samurai, and Lone Star. Available to pre-order at LoneStarComic.com, link in the description below. Our vision here at Blacklist Universe is ultimately to create a multimedia venture to bring quality and ethics back to storytelling. We're tired of the DEI woke agenda ruining every book, comic, game, movie, and TV show, and we're bound and determined to do something about it. If that sounds good to you, then join us by subscribing and maybe even supporting us as a channel member. No one can fight the culture war alone. We're here to fight and to make a difference, and we hope you are too. And one more thing, I do a weekly live stream at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time called Drawn and Quartered, where me and a group of my other professional artist friends get together and draw and chat and have a good time, and we would love for you to join us. Now back to the video. So here's a few color variations you can check out. I tried to stick with the initial blue and white or blue and gray, and then, but I wanted to add this secondary color and kind of playful it up a little bit because it has sort of that Super Sentai feel to it when you do that. I know these are American comic books, so you don't really get the Super Sentai thing too much, but you know what? Sentai is a Japanese take on superheroes, so me being Japanese, I have full reign to do this stuff. Let me know which color selection you like best in the comment section below. Tell me which one you think I should use for my Boomerang character. Give me a name for my Blacklist Universe Boomerang character. I don't know. I'll have to switch. Obviously, I'll have to switch up and give him a whole new origin story. Anyways, thanks everybody for liking and sharing and commenting below and letting me know what you think. Let me know what you think I should do next on my next video. I need good ideas, and good ideas come from you. Thanks everybody for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all on the next video.